Um, so my first question is, what inspired you to make this documentary?
Well, the motivation in the documentary is my son Sam got sick eating chicken that was contaminated with a superbug, and antibiotics failed, which means he went to the hospital and got medicine, and it didn't make him better, and he got sicker and sicker, and he was about your age, maybe 16, and he lost 30 pounds in a month of school. And I learned that he got sick with a foodborne bacteria called Campylobacter. It comes from chicken, and the bacteria was resistant to the antibiotics, and that happened because the chicken that he was eating was raised on a farm that fed it antibiotics every day in its food and in its water, and so the bacteria that survived that made him sick was immune to any of those bacteria, so it didn't work when he took the antibiotics.
Sorry to hear that. Our second question will be, could you give us like a synthesis of your documentary, and what should we eat instead of chicken, maybe?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, so we made that. Sam got better, so we made this film to help. We learned a lot about food in the process of discovering what happened with him, and we wanted to create a film that would share with people reasons to care about where their food comes from and things you can do. And so it's reading the ingredients. It's thinking about what you're eating. Where did it come from? How was it grown? Is it a fruit, a vegetable, coming from an animal? And is there extra stuff in it, like sugar, salt, fat, ingredients on the label we don't really know what they are? That's not food. And so what people can do is be more mindful about where their food comes from.
So it's not about the food you eat, it's more about where it comes from and the process it has been worked through.
Well, the film is about people who inspired us because they're doing really cool things to change the food system. And the film is also about our family story as we make this change ourselves. And Jeff went through one of the biggest transformations because he learned a lot in making the film, and I'll let him talk.
So we have a family of football players, sons who play American football. They just want to get big. They need a lot of food. Their father was a coach, so he wanted big players. I didn't think about the food they were eating, just getting bigger. And we got our food from Mom. She's the mom. So when our son got sick, we started to think more about where food comes from and what's in it. And then she decided to get chickens, to grow chickens in our backyard from 2 days old, baby chicks. And then she started to grow vegetables. And when we ate the vegetables from the backyard, they were so good, we wondered what were we eating for so many years that they couldn't be worth as much as these things. And these things we were growing in our backyard were cheap, easy. It just takes a little sweat. So she made the effort, and we tasted the food, and the difference was just huge. So then we started to talk about what's in our food. How come we've been eating a certain way all our lives, mostly out of boxes, mostly fast food, mostly highly processed, and it tastes good, but it's not as good for us, and it doesn't taste as good as fresh food. So our story is about our change. For me, for example, I ate a sugar snap pea. A sugar snap pea is just a little thing that we grew in our garden. It was sweet, it was like candy, but it tasted good and it felt good after you ate it. She grew lettuce. There's different types of lettuce. I thought all lettuce was lettuce, but there's arugula, there's kale, there's romaine, there's different types, and the arugula tastes like pepper, and I like pepper. It's spicy lettuce. So I got very excited about these new tastes, these new flavors, and I wanted to see what other people are doing. She said you should look at people all over this country who are changing their relationship with food. Little by little, they're making a big difference. And so we said, we'll take a small step. And the film shows how a small step can lead to a very big result.
So thank you very much for asking for answering these questions. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you.